Don't wanna wait. Excuse me, I love you. Who starts a conversation like that? Nobody but I do. But you are not a picture. I can cut you up or hide you. I'll get you out my mind. I try to. Why you? In my dreams I knew you knew how to beat it. You knew how to treat it. You knew how to keep it. I wanna do more than touch you. I'm trying to turn two single people into a...
Yeah. Your boy's back. We in the building. We are in the building. It is Friday. It's 2 days before my birthday. 2 days. 2 days. Thank you. I got some time off. It's the birthday weekend. I'm not doing too much. But when I woke up, I put on the Beyonce album. I woke up and put on the Beyonce album. I'm not a Beyonce fan. I repeat, not. But I will tell you, when I heard Texas Hold'em, I was in. I was like, yo, when I heard Texas Hold'em, I was like, this is crazy. So I was like, all right, Beyonce has earned, or I'm going to say earned. Let me stop being arrogant. But I was actually excited to hear. I'm like, yo, what is this album going to sound like? You know what I'm saying? Because I've never heard Beyonce do country before, but I've seen Beyonce do a bunch of different shit. At it bright and early. What's up, Remy? What's going on, fam? How you doing? You should jump on with me. You should jump on and just let me know if you want to jump on. I could use a tag team partner for this show. So, but yes, I'm up at it bright and early. So Beyonce album, I started listening to it this morning, and yeah, it's fire. Once again, I am not a Beyonce fan. If you know me personally, you know that I am a Kelly Rowland fan. I'm a Kelly Rowland stan. I stand on that. You know what I'm saying? Not just about physical appearance, but even just the way albums are put together. Beyonce is too much for me. Sonically, over the top. Like, she's the 15,000 vocal stacks is annoying. The overproducing of the records is annoying. It drives me nuts listening to Beyonce album because there's so much unnecessary whatever on records. You know what I mean? But what I will say, listening to this album, if you really are going to try to hold to the core elements of what country music is about, country music isn't about let's add 1,000 instruments onto a song and, make it lit. Like, country music is basic. You got some guitar, you got a bass, you got some drums, a few little titular little items and things that make country music unique. But it's really all about the vocals. It's really all about the storytelling. It's really all about carrying those notes. And you know what I'm saying? Some of the greatest country singers is not necessarily the greatest vocalists in the world. They ain't out singing Whitney, but they'll get you crying, and sniffling because of the story and the vocals and the way they carry it. So Beyonce, it is impossible for Beyonce to bring her overproduction into this world. Even though she tried to shove 2 kitchen sinks in, and she tried to shove, an extra living room and some couch chairs. And she even tried to get all of her kids in it, and not necessary. Like, what I will say in review, and I've only listened to the album once. First of all, it blurs the lines between pop music and country music. I think that's intentional. Number 2, it's definitely beautiful sounding. The writing is phenomenal. Her vocals. Okay. So for those who are going to the Beyonce fans that are immediately going to get upset with me and say, you ain't shit, I get it. But can you admit that she has a beautiful voice? Can you admit that? Can we all agree that Beyonce has a phenomenally beautiful singing voice? Can we do that? I'm going to take a second. Okay. You're saying yes, right? So why do I need 15 stacks? Okay, the first song, if we go to the first song off the album, and you know what I'm saying? I swear to God, I really wish I could play the music here. And that's one of the reasons why I actually want to do a radio show because I really would love to be able to play the music while I'm talking about it so you can understand where I'm coming from. But I'm not going to do that because I don't want to get this stream canceled. American Requiem is the first song on the album. It's like the intro, right? When she comes on, it's 15 stacks. I'm like, bro, and that was discouraging out the gate. I was like, all right, here we go. Here it goes. It's about to be a whole bunch of horse trading going on here. You know, this sounds like the typical Beyonce stuff, but it's not the lyrics. It's not even her vocal. She sounds beautiful, but it's too much. You're doing too much. Go back, listen to American Requiem and tell me if we had gotten rid of those vocal stacks and we had just heard her voice by herself singing the same exact thing, keeping all the music is the same. Tell me you wouldn't have loved it more. Tell me you wouldn't have loved it more. Then we go to the next album, Blackbird, where Blackbird is beautiful. You just hear, everything I'm saying, everything that's overdone in the first song, you go to the second song, boom. Right there. The second song sounds phenomenal. Her voice comes in strong, you know what I'm saying? Melodic, beautiful. And she's by herself with just some of the, just some little artsy background music. And then it rises into everything it needs to go into. She's telling a specific story. Obviously Blackbird, you can see the parallels or whatever. Beautiful. Then she starts throwing the kitchen sink in again. She's just, I don't know. It's like I don't know if she has confidence issues or whatever the situation is, but I would say the only downfall of this album is overproduction. She overproduces in certain areas, but the majority of the album, and like I said in the beginning, this is a phenomenal album. I get to hear Beyonce. I get to hear her sing. I get to hear her, lean into the emotion of the records without so much, I don't have to hear a whole bunch of voice stuff and all of these crazy layers of production that people like to put on a big artist like her. People feel like because she's a megastar that she needs 20,000 layers of synthesizers and all of these different vocal effects. She don't need all of that. She is arguably the greatest singer of this time period. She could come in buck naked with and I'm not saying physically, I'm saying vocally buck naked and murder shit. She just needs her voice and an acoustic guitar and it's going to sound crazy. That's what I'm saying. So anyway, just wanted to start out with that. If you came here just for a Beyonce album review, boom, there it is, out the gate. Love the album. Please check it out. Let me say, if you want to know my favorite records, let's do it. Love Blackbirds. Still don't like 16 Carriages, but let me tell you something. I like 16 Carriages more within the confines of the album. It makes more sense versus when you listen to it by itself against Texas Hold'em, because Texas Hold'em is, a party song, up-tempo song, and then 16 Carriages was like a slow joint. And it just kind of like they kind of bumped each other off. And with the confines of the album, Texas Hold'em sounds even better. Like it sounds phenomenal because it has so much of a tapestry to lay against. And then Texas Hold'em doesn't come until the 7th record. So like My Rose is beautiful. Protector is phenomenal. Yo, Beyonce's coming to gangsta on this album. If y'all ain't know, Smoke Hour with Willie Nelson. Oh my God. Who knew that I needed Beyonce and Willie Nelson together? Who knew? Hot. Shout out to them. Bodyguard, beautiful. The Dolly P record. I mean, it's only 23 seconds. But whatever. And then Daughter, definitely. Let's see. Okay, Levi's Jeans with Post Malone. Pretty good. And a few others. I got to go back and give it another listen. 27 records, highly recommend it. Let's get into the rest of the rundown. So, if you saw the description, I'm about to talk about a lot of stuff that's been going on. Plus, I have a few things that are outside of the rundown to kind of get to as well. Just some fun stuff. So, if you are aware, Diddy his home has been raided. Let me be the first one to clarify. I am not on the side of Diddy. I'm not on the side of the state. Do I feel like Diddy raped and sexually trafficked a whole bunch of people? No. Do I feel like he beat the shit out of a bunch of people? No. Has he probably been a little handsy? Yes. Has he been inappropriate? More than likely. Somebody that is very, very, very much allowed to be emotional and to be aggressive. He's been allowed to do that. You gotta understand the entertainment industry has loved Diddy for a long time because he's been able to make shit tons of money. I hope you guys notice a pattern is that when you have a boss that is great at motivating people and getting people to move at a high pace, notice how they have a propensity to go overboard from time to time. There's not a lot of checks and balances. This guy is the check writer. So as much as people saying, well, how are they going to let him who is going to check Diddy? It's his company. They invest in him. The executives would never hear about this type of shit. So like if I'm the head of Universal and I gave Diddy $200 million, how would it ever come to my ears that Diddy is doing some wild shit unless somebody broke ranks and went and told that guy? Well, let me tell you something. Diddy ain't allowing nobody to break ranks. And if there was some rumors or something came to me kind of through something, I mean, what you want me to do? You want me to storm somebody else's business and tell them what to do? That would cause friction with somebody I've invested $200 million with. Once I'm in, you're kind of in. There's not much you can do about it. You know what I mean? Without, being actively to lose your money. And like nobody wants to actively lose that amount of money. And I'm not saying that all of his deals have been 200 million. That was just an example. Diddy has been given his first major deal was $40 million with Arista. And the guy that gave him the $40 million believed in him and really was excited about his growth. And Diddy was much younger at the time. So his propensity to go and do wild and obscene stuff probably came maybe a decade after that point when he had already proven himself to be a rock star and a considerate hit maker. So the man is insulated. The man runs his own ship. There's not much you can tell him. Let's just get that straight. Now, as much as we want to turn him into the devil and he's the worst person in the world, he's not. There's people way worse than him. You know what I mean? When I look at Diddy on a scale of, 1 being, like me being a dick on a bad day and 10 being the devil himself, Diddy ain't nothing but a 4 or a 5. Yeah, halfway, he ain't fucking killing mass amounts of people. He ain't Hitler. You know what I'm saying? We put him up on Hitler level. Hitler would be like a 9. He ain't nowhere near that. But you guys are falling all over the place like this nigga just killed 18 people on camera and was like, come get me, motherfucker. Like y'all gotta calm the fuck down. Okay? Like this shit is, and you have zero facts. All you have is rumors. I have a cousin that believes that he's the devil because she heard stories from 20, 30 years ago. You heard stories, unconfirmed stories from a person that told a person that turned a person that turned a person. Really? This is the point I be getting annoyed by. Y'all hear legends of something and I've been hearing stuff. You guess what? I've heard stuff about everybody for years. Every person in the music industry. I heard Jay-Z was gay. Shit, I heard Jay-Z had a baby with some random chick. I heard this. Like everybody's got Mace. I heard Mace was taking it up the ass. Yo, you heard that Cameron was doing wild stuff. You hear that? Every person that y'all look up to that we all think is somebody dope has a story. Even the legendary Dave Chappelle has stories. So what are we going to do? We're going to crucify everybody based off of legend, story, whatever. There were stories about people saying Dave Chappelle was abusive, both physically and emotionally. Are you really going to believe that? Is that what you're going to believe? But that's what I heard. So what? 2 more stories of some random shit from a person where it's unconfirmed. There's no video. There's no pictures. Even the person comes and tells you some vague story. And now we're all just going to jump in bed and say that Dave Chappelle has got to get out of here. How many of our people that are fighting for us. Because let's remember, Diddy has been, as much as you want to hate him, I know y'all wanted to bury this man underneath of the jail. I get it. But how many people have fought for our needs? How many people have invested millions into our needs? Once again, and I'm not saying that he's wrong or he's right. I'm just saying let's be more realistic. All right. Now, let me bring in some other voices, not necessarily trying to defend or not defend. Let's just hear what people have to say. This is something I thought was important to try to talk about.
One thing that I've learned from Diddy and this whole situation is that people don't love you. They love what you represent. They love what you can provide. They love their interests. If you benefit that, but they don't give a fuck about you, because the minute you fall, they with the choir. One minute you could be the biggest thing in the world, and the next minute you could be the butt of everybody's joke. People that said they love you, people that was with you, just understand that tomorrow they won't fuck with you. Today you could be the man, you could be at the top, and tomorrow everybody will turn against you. So don't live for the praises. Don't live for the claps. Don't live for the awards and rewards. Live for you. Go to sleep every night knowing that you can sleep good because your moral compass is good because you live for you. Because all the rest of that shit is superficial and it's fleeting. Your best friend will be your enemy tomorrow. The person who loved you will try to kill you tomorrow. Just understand that. In this life, there's no permanent friends and lovers or anything. It's only permanent interests. If your interests don't align with somebody else's, if you don't benefit them no more, they don't give a fuck. Once they start praising you and they stop clapping for you and shit get dim, it's only you.
That's the point I'm getting at. So as much as I lost a bunch of people that were watching, I lost a bunch of people that was watching. I'm actually streaming on 5 different platforms right now. A bunch of y'all left because it seemed like I might have been defending Diddy, when the only thing I'm trying to give is objective information. And I'm not trying to say that's the reason why they left. They probably had to go back to work or whatever they were doing. But at the end of the day, chill, buddy. The point that I'm making here is that, do we have to be so quick to judgment? And can we judge a person based on their entirety of their life and not just 1 or 2 moments? Because if you, the individual watching right now, was to be judged based off of 1 moment in your life or 2 or 3 moments in your life, do you feel like that would be an accurate assessment of your entire life? If we were to judge me or you or anyone else off of their lowest moment, a moment when they might have been out of control, a moment when you might have been under influence, the moment when you might have been angry or pissed off, or inside of an inappropriate, crazy situation, would you like to be judged based off of that? Or would you like to be judged based off of all of the work, all of the times you pushed past your laziness and decided to be great? The time when you could have turned your back on somebody and you didn't turn your back. The time when you could have looked out for your own self-interest and you didn't, and you made sure that everybody around you was taken care of. Wouldn't you rather be judged based off of that versus based off of the 1 or 2 times you might have did something? Whatever that may be. I don't know. We all are fallible. We all are horrible pieces of shit. I don't give a fuck what none of y'all say. Y'all sit up here and act like y'all are Jesus Christ reincarnated. We're all pieces of shit. We all have dark moments where we've done some fucked up shit. I don't give a fuck who you are, me included. I'm not trying to make myself out to be the next Jesus Christ. We've all done fucked up shit. So at what point do we stop being overly judgmental about other people? We are so I feel like a lot of people be so quick to hate on somebody else because they want to deflect from themselves. Yeah, let's focus on Diddy so we don't focus on me. All right, let's get into some more people.
Yes, and I want y'all to think about this because I don't want to call no other names.
And I thank OG for doing this.
I don't want to call no other names on because I don't want to be getting no viral moment on this bitch where they video my shit and have me on the shade room and everywhere, other fucking room. Think about what I'm getting ready to say to you all. When you sign up to these major companies, these major corporations, and they make you a billionaire, and you're doing all kind of wild shit around them and all kind of wild shit with them, and they make you a billionaire, they feel like they made you. They feel like they made you. So when you go rogue and you get to the point where You go to talking that shit about suing them and acting like and talking all that wild shit about you this and you that and you suing them and they treating you some kind of way. And when you go rogue, them people coming.
Mm-hmm.
Them people coming now. Cause they feel like they made you. They still buying and purchasing niggas. Oh, they're gonna cut me off. Think about all these black dudes who went rogue.
Mm-hmm.
Who start talking about
Hey, man. OG said it. That's Luke, baby. Luke telling you. Now, am I saying that we should forgive this nigga and be like, Diddy, it's all good, bro. You did some dumb shit. Now they bringing it to life. The point, you know what I mean? I'm gonna make 2 points. Number one, there are people pulling strings. There are people pulling strings to get people in line. Yeah, they want Diddy to get in line. Actually, I think Diddy's past the point of no return. They've already decided we don't give a fuck about this nigga. It's dead. So Diageo and all these other companies that probably put up with Diddy because he was an earner, but he might have just been a little bit too much. Let's make another example out of him because they ain't been able to do a good job to make Ye an example because Ye just embracing all of the flaws and just refuses to let y'all kill him. And I feel like that's the difference in the approach. See, Diddy wants you guys to love him. He wants you guys to feel like he's completely innocent. There's nothing wrong. Ye is like, I said what I said. Suck my dick. You know what I'm saying? Ye just a wild boy. You can't stop a wild boy that's going to stand on his flaws. But the bigger point of the matter is we only got 4 black billionaires that's in music. Let's come on. Have you done the math? So we getting Dre out of here. They done did documentaries, videos. He can't really do much, but he you know what I mean? He keeping it cute, but he like 1-2 steps from being out of here. There's proven facts that he done beat the shit out of women. So Dre about to be out of here. And y'all forgave him. How interesting. Ye made some mistakes just by running his mouth too much. They didn't try to get him out of here. Puff Daddy. Well, y'all trying to look, they ain't got to do nothing. Y'all black people trying to get him out of here. So what, you know, he's almost gone. Who's left? You only got one guy left, Hove. And they trying to get him out of here. They've been trying their hardest, they damnedest to get Hove out of here. Oh, go to YouTube and go down to Jay-Z Hove rabbit hole. Get sticky. It gets sticky. Now go down. I can give you 15, 20 white billionaires. I can give you 20 white billionaires. Branson, the guy that owns Virgin, and this person and that person, and you can go down a rabbit hole and find some crazy stories about all of them. But for some reason, they ain't making front page news. But the only 4 billionaires that have, and then we're talking about cultural influence. We have other black billionaires. Let's be clear. There are some other black billionaires, but they are not in the public eye like that. We only got 4 that I know of that are front facing everybody's face outside of Magic Johnson. And, you know, they already scandalized him, boy. I'm not saying he bulletproof, but he's in a different space and he's learned how to keep his mouth shut and stay out of the way. But you got 4 black billionaires that are influential beyond anything we've seen in the black American lifespan. 4 black men, Jay-Z, Ye, Diddy, and Dr. Dre. And they getting them out of here. Y'all don't think that's kind of coincidental? Okay. All right, cool. Well, let's bury Diddy some more. Let me throw some dirt on his name, and then we're going to switch it up.
I was personally disturbed many years ago, okay? I know this man well enough to call him and say, hey, I need a favor.
Yeah.
And this might have been 10, 12 years ago that I called him and say, hey, I have a family member who I want you to hire them as an intern.
Yeah.
And I have never talked about this publicly. And he said yes. And they were flying around, one of the interns, Atlanta, Miami, whatever, on the jet, in the house, whatever. And then the internship stopped abruptly, like 3 or 4 months into it.
Yeah.
And I spoke to my family member, like, well, what happened? And they wouldn't say.
Yeah.
And I'm like, why did it end? He wouldn't say. And years later, they finally came out, and this is a male, and said that Puff had said, come home, stay the night with me, or the internship is over. And they said, absolutely not. He said, absolutely not. And the internship ended. But from there, I was like, oh, like this is how it goes. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
All right. Interesting. So, Diddy out here, y'all mean it. You know what I'm saying? He was like, intern with somebody, said, hey, man, you're going to be traveling around with me. You're going to be around all up in my business. So, look, you know, you got to give me some of them buns. I don't know whether it was male buns or female buns. Shout out to Torre for being very androgynous. Subsequently, now, that is one story that has led to where we are now, man. That what we're looking at, if you're watching the video, this is the raid of one of Diddy's homes and how they tore that place apart, boy. They trying to find that evidence, boy. They ain't care nothing about his Balenciagas. And then, you know what? Look, this is a sign I'm getting old. This is a sign I'm getting old. I saw all of this stuff and was like, Jesus Christ. That's just too much junk. I'm like, I hope I'm not that messy or that junked up when I get home. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy. That's a lot of junk everywhere. I pray to God. Let me pray God. Jesus, oh Lord, small baby Jesus in the manger. Please curb my appetite for owning random dumb shit so that my house, if I have a multi-million-dollar house, one day, that I don't have it full of just junk and thousands of pairs of shoes that look like they just a mess. This place looks a freaking mess. It's too much. But God bless him, man. God bless everybody. Look at that. Just that man. So, all right. So Torre had a cousin. That was an intern. Don't know if it was a guy or a girl. Did an intern with Diddy. Traveled with Diddy. And apparently, this is Torre's story. Diddy said, look, I need them buns. If you're going to be running around with me, I need them buns. And the cousin said, no, I will not relinquish these buns unto you, because these are my buns, to whom I would give my buns, to whom I define deserves the buns. Her, Diddy, you can't have the buns. And then subsequently, Diddy was like, you know what? You can take those buns back to the hood. So like, yo, there we go. That is what it is, man. And then now we got it. Now Diddy is doing his Diddy walk. Just walking around Florida, trying to figure it out. He got that. What did I do to deserve this? Yo, if you had not tried to take Torre's cousin's buns, you wouldn't be here, buddy. You see, you're pacing around. You see, you keep trying to take buns. Stop taking the buns. See, you done disappointed Torre. He was on your side. He thought he was your friend. Shh. See, Diddy? Only if you had just kept your dick to yourself. And I mean, even though you didn't touch the person and you didn't force yourself on the person, you get what I'm saying? Like, you wouldn't be pacing. All right, let's move on. All right. Let's check out and see what Rick Ross is up to. Oh Lord. How did we get here? How did we get from an innocent rap battle to the whole music industry picking sides? What is this all about? Help me, Jesus. I love hip hop. I'm born and raised in hip hop. I'm a hip hop nigga. That's why I'm wearing a bunch of fake jewelry. Look at this. You know, Aries Lounge. Check out the new episode. I just dropped it yesterday. You know what I'm saying? Pride of Cairo. Check it out. It's beautiful. You did a great job. Great interview. But anyway, how did we get to this place? I just wanted Kendrick to drop the diss record. He called me before he dropped it and told me, Jay, I gotta drop this shit. And I was like, you sure? Drake is such a nice guy. You know how light-skinned niggas be, bro. Like, he would just be having moments. He said, nah, bro, I gotta do it for my darkies. And I said, you know what? Nobody represents for the darkies, so Kendrick, go do your thing. Drops the diss record. The whole world goes crazy. Now everybody's choosing sides. From what I'm hearing, everybody's trying to decide whose side they are. Are you on Drake and Cole's side, or are you on Kendrick and Future's side? Why do we have sides? Why can't we all just sit back and enjoy the diss record? Why can't we just sit back and enjoy the diss records? Why is now Ross smoking blunts in the Wraith going, yeah, baby, you know what? I was on your side, Drake, but no, I ain't get a new verse in a couple of years, so it's a problem now. You know what I'm saying? This is insane. This is super insane. What else do I have? I know I got some more clips talking about this whole brush up. I'm sorry. Before we get into the Kendrick thing, Stevie J had something to say. Okay, so apparently 50 Cent has been going in, been talking shit about Diddy for months. Ever since the raid happened, 50 Cent has been talking mad trash. You know what I'm saying? So Stevie J has had enough of it. So Stevie J, what do you got to say?
This was good, man. You and your feelings about Daphne? She gang them?
Oh boy.
Or is it that you?
All right, so let me kind of specify how we got to this point. So Daphne is 50 Cent's baby mother of his second son. All right, so she apparently used to be a sex worker, air quotation, for Diddy. So let me take this even a step further. Some of y'all don't know this. So a part of the alleged charges is that people like Carisha, which is Young Miami, from the rap group, I forgot, City Girls, Young Miami's sister, Daphne, and a lot of other high-profile, beautiful black women have been hired as sex workers, meaning they are getting a monthly stipend to be available to have sex at his beck and call. Let me repeat that again. Diddy has been paying monthly monthly payments to women so that he can have sexual access to them at his leisure.
Everything's perfectly all right now. We're fine. We're all fine here now. Thank you. How are you?
If I'm a billionaire and these women is out saying out here, yo, you gonna buy me dinner, you gotta take me out, you gotta do stuff for me, and I put you on payroll, because once again, I gotta write this shit off on my taxes. I can't just be goddamn giving out $250,000 a month, or $100,000 a month, or $50,000 a month. Bro, I gotta be able to goddamn live. I gotta be able to write this shit off. So this only makes sense. Like, look, you gonna bust it open for me. I need you to come fly in. I'm gonna send a jet. God damn, I'm flying you private. I'm putting clothes on you. I'm making sure you got money in your bank. I just need you to make sure that waka waka when I need it. What? This is America. Isn't this what every woman wants? Isn't this what every woman complains about that they want on social media? I want a guy. He gonna take care of me. Whatever I want. You gonna give me whatever I want. Isn't that what y'all say y'all want? So how are you going to arrest this man for him literally giving you, or giving women that you guys admire, you guys love these women on social media, that Diddy is doing right by these women? I'm putting you on payroll. You know what I'm saying? I'm clothing you. I'm flying you out. I'm treating you good. I'm beating the guts up, but I'm making sure it's taken care of. So now apparently it came out 50 Cent didn't know his baby mama was a past a Diddy employee that was on the doing on the service and massage division of the Diddy Corporation. You know what I'm saying? Yo, 50 didn't know his ex baby mama was on the service and massage division. So now he came out talking shit, because 50 been talking shit about Diddy. but Diddy never fired back. Hey, and can we respect the fact that as much as 50 Cent been talking shit about Diddy never came out and was like, yo, man, I skeeted all over your baby mama, dog. He never said none of that. He let you ride, bro. Can we respect Diddy for that? He respected your baby mama's privacy. He let you get all of the disrespect off. He let you say whatever you want, and he didn't dump none of your business. Now, all of that shit talk, see how the world come around, 50? I love you, 50. You know, I love you. But you see how this is. You talk shit. Now you caught shit. And now that you talking shit about your baby mama, my guy's out here. He talking. He got a few things to say. So let's go.
Sucking little Rod dick.
Oh boy.
However it go, I want you to fade, nigga. Fuck all that. Since it's entertainment, let me beat the shit out of you on TV or something. Don't duck that. I'm calling you out. What you want to do, Curtis? Curtis!
This is crazy. Shout out to Lulu Hill. No, we can't, dog. What we can't do. Come on, Lulu. What happened? What can't we do? Tell me what we can't do. And I'm down. I'm down to have this discussion. If I gotta send you the link, whatever, we can have a discussion. But let's move on. So all right, let's sidebar the Kendrick thing for a moment. I kind of want. I have a public service announcement. This is super important for me. Can we stop annoying the fuck out of and stressing the hell out of Dame Dash? I'm gonna play this clip to give you some context, and then we gonna.
Yeah, but how could I be dysfunctional if everyone I put in business is doing pretty well? It wasn't because they left me.
Yeah.
And how many different kind of businesses? So it's just a fluke that I put Rachel Roy on, that I put Lee Daniels on, that I put Kevin Hart on, that I put Kanye on, Cameron on. Like, I could go on and on. Mm-hmm. You know, does that sound like dysfunction to you? But of course, they're going to try to make someone that's really talented, that really is about respecting the.
This is how I'm feeling about the situation. Look. Let's be real. Dame Dash has been doing interviews back to back for ever since the damn breakup of Rockefeller. He's been forced to talk about this and relive something that has hurt his heart for damn near 20 years. Leave that man alone. Can y'all stop calling him to your podcast thinking that y'all gonna squeeze another unique story out of him, or y'all gonna get him? Because only thing y'all doing, and this is how I feel about it. I really feel this way, bro. I'm pissed off about this shit. This 50-year-old man, he's only 15. He's only a couple years away from retirement. I mean, like literal retirement age, even though he's retired, but kind of not really. But yo, y'all keep stressing that man out and triggering him just so you can get some views. And I'm not saying that that's what Earn Your Leisure was trying to do, even though that's probably what it was. You know what I mean? Why do y'all keep triggering him? Y'all keep sending that man back down the rabbit hole and then questioning his skill set because some other corporation then came out and said that he wasn't legit, or some media person came out and said he wasn't legit, or some random person that's not a part of the hip hop culture going to try to question Dame Dash's relevancy or whether he has a right to say what he says. Dame Dash is a proven businessman. He's a proven genius in business. Regardless of whether you understand all of his moves, regardless whether you see him riding around in Rolls Royces all day, regardless of whether you see him with gold chains all over his body and gold rings all over his fingers, regardless of all of that, he has proven his business acumen 1,000 times over. Why the hell do we need to keep talking about him, like keep stressing him out about proving whether or not what he does and what he says is right? He's already proven it. He doesn't owe none of us niggas nothing. So stop calling him on your show, please. I'm begging y'all, as black media platforms, please stop bringing this man on and stressing him the fuck out. Please, bruh. This shit is damn borderline disrespectful. How dare you two goofballs regurgitate some bullshit from another platform, bring him on your platform and ask him some goofy shit to put this man on the defensive. This legend does not owe you an explanation for shit. And to have trigger him like this and to have him running and rambling is disrespectful to himself and is disrespectful to our culture. Get the fuck out of here with this shit. Yo, get this shit together, man. Media, get black media, get your fucking shit together. Get your head out your asses and stop always trying to look for. It's like we don't ever want to try to reach up to better things. We all want to regurgitate the last nigga what the last nigga did. Oh, he got Dame Dash. Let me get Dame Dash. They asked Dame Dash about this. Let me ask Dame Dash about this. Why the fuck do y'all keep doing that shit? Find something unique to talk about. Find a different angle. Find something out. Yo, that man's got genius. And instead of questioning whether or not he has genius, yo, why don't you ask some unique questions? Hey, Dame, let's play a game. Let's build a business. Let's verbally build a business structure. That's gonna, all right, I want to build a business that sends rockets to space. How would you structure the business? How about you do that? And then let that man show you his genius. Hey, let's throw out some business ideas and have some like, why don't we do that versus wasting our time regurgitating something that other people have done? Find some unique shit. Let's get away from this. I even hate being a talking head doing this shit. Fucking annoying ass shit. And I'm sorry that the Earn Your Leisure niggas had to catch a stray off of this shit because that wasn't my intention. You know what I mean? So let's just move on. Now, I want to talk about this clip. And I'm gonna start before I start this clip and we offer Dame and them. One of my biggest peeves that I have with artists is their horrible lack of communication. Artists are horrible at communication. They're horrible at responding to people. They're horrible at responding to people the right way. This is the reason why a lot of you artists really need managers, because a lot of you don't know what to say or what to do when people approach you. I've said this a billion times. Shout out to all of my Baltimore artists because most of y'all are horrible like this too. Y'all don't know how to talk to people. You don't know how to wheel and deal. And a lot of y'all, instead of dealing with people, even to just tell somebody no, y'all rather duck and dodge people. Y'all get the double talking and doing dumb shit, and you end up offending somebody that wants to be on your side, but you offend them so bad that now you done turn niggas into enemies that didn't have to be enemies because you were just being an asshole instead of doing your fucking job or finding the person to do the job for you, a good qualified person. Not your retarded homeboy that just came home from jail that didn't know how to talk to his own mama, but you're going to put him in charge of talking to the general public about your business. Dumbass idea. So let's go into a horror story of how a producer could have really made some fucking shitload of money and fucked it up for himself because he was trying to be slick and being an asshole. Let's run.
Also, like rumors that there was a remix with Drake was made.
He wanted to remix it. It never happened though. Funny story. The guy who produced the song, he was selling beats on SoundClick. That was where I got the beat from, SoundClick. He never wanted to get on the phone to talk to me, which was weird. The song had like 100,000 plays.
Right.
And then I was like, yo, let's get on the phone. Let's work on more music, blah, 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 blah. And he was like, yo, somebody from Young Money's camp reached out to me. They liked the beat for Don't a lot. I was wondering if you could sell it back to me. This could be big for me, bro. What if somebody like Drake or somebody wanted to get on? He didn't even know that Drake was already on my line. Like, y'all want to remix it? So I was like, yo, bro, just call me. And after I told him that, he just like spazzed on me. He was like, bro, nah, I ain't doing this, man. And he just blocked his own blessing.
Wow.
It's kind of crazy.
Prime example, bruh. You don't know what's going on. You already in business with one person. He sold you the beat. The song is taken off. You can see it. You can see the numbers. The guy is trying to communicate with you so that he can break down the business with you. And let me tell you something for a lot of people that don't understand. A person doesn't have to explain their whole life to you when they're trying to reach out to you. And a lot of times they really don't want to because you don't want to give too much information too soon. He probably just wanted, because first of all, I'm reaching out to you. We should have a rapport. I've paid you. We have a business relationship. So if I'm reaching out to you saying, yo, let's figure this out. Let's do some more music. Let's work together. Number one, I'm trying to put more money in your pocket. Duh. So you should answer the phone just off of that. The number two thing is, yo, I got an opportunity for us to where we could take this to the next level. So look, call me so that we could conduct business. If he had answered the phone or called or gave that nigga a contact for him, he would have found out that Drake had all that what he wanted would have come to fruition if he had just not been an asshole. You artists, yo, I love artists. I love this music business, but y'all really need to, y'all gotta get your anxiety or whatever your issues are under control when conducting business. I've seen so many with my own eyes and ears. I have reached out to many different artists with huge opportunities, but because I don't look like the way they think I should look, because I don't want to wear Balenciagas, or because I'm not about to tell them like people come to me and I'm having conversations like, yo, let me work with you. Well, because I'm not promising to make you a superstar. And I'm not lying to you, because y'all are so used to that. Y'all used to somebody coming in and be like, yeah, bro, I can get you working with Drake. Give me 6 months, bro. Come on, yo, sign up with me. I'm going to make you a millionaire, yo. I'm going to have you in big Bentleys and da-da-da-da. And I'm going to rent a Ferrari. You know why I don't do that shit? Because when I was an artist, niggas tried to do that shit to me. That fucking lie. I met a dude. He was trying to get us to sign up with him. He pulled up in a fucking Ferrari. He had an office building. We had a big, gigantic office. I'm thinking, yeah, this nigga's for real. This some record label shit. Yeah, we about to be on. Kind of find out that whole shit was a fucking fake. He was a rental. It was a rental Ferrari. And he was trying to do a Ponzi scheme with some music shit. Genius idea. And the building that had his office and all of that, yeah, it was rental office space. The whole building was for businesses. So you can rent conference rooms and rent offices. But I'm a young kid. It's 2000 before the internet. I'm 19, 20 years old. I don't know. And thank God I had older niggas around me that had the ability to think instead of just getting excited. And they peeped it out before I did. I was just reading the paper and niggas said, you want a record deal? I'm like, fuck yeah, I want a record deal. The point I'm making is y'all got to learn how to discern better or find people to help you discern, but you can't run from business. You don't know who is who. That's the problem. And it's like people be like, why you even be interacting with all these niggas? You don't know who is who. I tell people that all the time. I'm as educated as I am about the game, and as much as I know so many people, I still don't know who is who. Because the more I learn, the more I recognize that the real people that are in the game, they're not out here wearing a shirt that says I'm in the game. A lot of niggas that's really affluent, that's really cracking out here, they not showing you they cracking. My family's lawyer for 30 years before he passed away, he was a Jewish man. He used to drive an old beat up Honda Accord. He used to come in with holes in his shoes. When he passed away, well, first of all, when I used to go to his house to do work, his house had a pool. First of all, he lived in the most expensive county in Baltimore. Big, gigantic house. He had a full-time personal maid, had a pool in the backyard, and about 6 acres with deer running around on it every day. I swear to God, with my own eyes. But drove an old busted Honda Accord just because he liked the way it ride. He ain't need nothing else. And that's what I'm saying, yo, you got to watch. You have to communicate. You got to deal with people. You got to feel people out. Y'all, you can't just make judgments just off of some random interactions. You have to be able to embrace, like, especially when people trying to get up with you. Yo, sit down. There's nothing wrong with sitting down and listening. And just say, I'll get back to you. Or, hey, man, I just don't feel like this is working for me. But at least I tell people, take the meeting. You never know. Take the meeting. You never know what can come. You never know if this person could be a good partner for you. This person could be a good collaborator for you. This person could be somebody you need to avoid. But if you don't get up close a little sometimes and kind of do an assessment of, yo, who are you? You friend or foe? Like, what we doing? But sometimes you got to get up a little close. I'm not saying open up your heart and you give them your bank account number and your credit card. Nah, nigga, but you can talk to somebody and feel them out. Maybe even engage. They might have some good ideas or something. Cool. I see what's up. And if they drop the ball, let them drop the ball. If not, cool. You might have some. Like, at the end of the day, the worst part of the risk is you might end up with somebody that might be great for you. But you might find out that somebody's BS. That's something that you got to figure out as you engage with people. That's a part of the game. That is, I don't give, yo, believe me, there's dudes you meet all the way up. You could be Drake and guarantee you're going to meet new people every single day that have different things going on that you don't know nothing about. It could be like some oil baron from Saudi Arabia, something that you never met before, but then you bump into them at a gig and they get to talking and you like, God damn. But if you standoffish and on, you could be missing out on a good friend, a good business partner. That's just the game. So anyway, let's go to something different, man. Let's talk. All right. For whatever reason, OnlyFans chicks have been taking hits this week, in my opinion. And this was an epic moment by a brother and sister. They podding together, and the sister tried to put that little ego out. She sticking her chest out a little bit too much, and this happens.
Good sister? No. Bro, why? You're my sister. You're mean to me.
Talk to him.
Bro, we live in different states. You're on a podcast. No, we live in different states. That's how I mean to you. I mean to you when you're failing your classes, yeah. I'm not failing. A D. It's not failing. That's a D, it's failing. F is failing. A D is failing. For you it is, because you're an A+ child. Right, I am. Shut the hell up. You're literally doing, your career is in only. You can't be talking shit. You're doing, you're selling pictures. Of whatever. You can't be saying shit. All that studying was for what? For what?
Yo, he got shorty on so many different levels. Y'all understand that there's layers to this conversation. She dinging him because he's getting D's in school. He's saying, yo, I'm passing. You saying I'm failing. I'm not failing. I'm passing. I'm just making D's. And then she's like, nah, nigga, you failing. And he was like, look, it's not you. You're an A+ student. This is the setup. Look, that's the setup. I'm gonna give you. So she got all in her, well, you know, A+, bitch. And he's like, bitch, you got an OnlyFans. Nigga, all that A+ added up to what? You selling some pictures on OnlyFans and look and being respectful about it. Look, notice he ain't do a dirty. He was just like, nigga, you selling pictures on OnlyFans. Hey, I gotta watch this one more time.
Sister?
No.
Bro, why? You're my sister. You're mean to me. Not all the time.
Look. Bro, he's being deserved.
No, we live in different states. That's how I mean to you. I mean to you when you're failing your classes, yeah. I'm not failing. A D. It's not failing.
All right. I get where she's coming from. Look, bro, you could be doing better. But see, this is the stuff I be talking about. People be trying to say, I'm being supportive of you. I want the best for you, you know, yada, yada, yada. But the reality of it is you being a dick. You being a dick. You know what I'm saying? Oh, yo, if you get your school grades together and then my man about to turn it up on you. So let's go.
That's a D. It's failing. F is failing. A D is failing. For you it is, because you're an A+ child.
Right, set it up. Look at her.
You're literally doing your career is in only.
Literally, your career is in OnlyFans. Oh!
Oh yeah.
Oh hell no! You can't be talking shit. You're selling pictures of what?
Yo, you see her face?
Ever.
You see her face?
You can't be saying shit. All that studying was for what?
Yo, look at her face! Look at her face! Look at her face! Yo, that's the 3-piece of the biscuit right there. Ooh. As much as you want your brother to get his life together, This was a good moment between a brother and sister. This is like, sometimes it's the raw conversation that need to happen to put things into perspective. You know what I'm saying? Look at where your life has taken you, young lady. You being overly judgmental of your brother. You being a douchebag to your brother. And payback is a mother. Hold up. Because you was just smiling a second ago. Hold up.
A D is failing.
For you it is, because you're an A+ child.
Look at set up.
Shut the hell up. You're literally doing your career is in only. You can't be talking. You're selling pictures.
And probably some short clips too. Little videos, my bro. But you don't know that.
Of whatever.
Of whatever. And still respectful. I could put you 100% out here, but I'm not going to do that. Not on the pod. You know what I'm saying? We still family.
You can't be saying shit. All that studying was for what? For what?
Do you think I'm a good sister?
All that studying was for what? For fucking what? Yo, the internet has gold in it. The internet has gold in it. The internet has gold. All right, people. All right. Let's do it. Kendrick.
Going out. You guys know that. I've been going out a lot. And I bumped into somebody who's very close on this Kendrick Drake situation. And there's a bird on the street that Kendrick already has a full-on dick.
So what I need y'all to do is, hold on, let me see if I can make this bigger, and I'm gonna get out the way. What does that say? So we say Chubby View or Chubbs. That's OVO Chubbs. OVO Chubbs is Drake right-hand man and head of security. All right, let's be clear about this. World Star drops a clip of Aiden Ross saying that Kendrick has a diss record ready. Let me tell y'all something just in case you didn't know. Kendrick wouldn't have dropped the first diss record without having a whole clip lined up. Drake wouldn't have dropped a diss record without having a clip full, ready to go. He ready for war, bro. But that's not what I'm
out.
No. Look at underneath of the video. It says, "Tell that little boy drop," but he won't. He knows better. Mr. Chubbs, Mr. OVO Chubbs, Mr. Head of Security, aka Peoples. Love you guys. Love your music. Love the whole team. Naomi Sharon, beautiful. What I will say is, he's already dropped. It's on you guys. Response time. Kendrick has already dropped the diss record. He flamed up your boss, cooked his ass, literally cooked. Low seasoning, you know what I mean? Low oil. He done cook Drake ass. That's why he was out on stage screaming like a little baby. Chubbs, he's already dropped. It's response time. It's not Kendrick's time to drop. It's Drake's time to drop. Give me that record. Stop with this. We don't need this. This is corny. That's corny. This is done. This is over with. Tell that little boy drop. No, you drop. He's already dropped. You're behind. All right. Y'all have had way more than 48 hours. Y'all demanded that Meek drop a response to Drake in 48 hours. So what? You're not where's your response to Kendrick? Kendrick dropped last Friday. It's this Friday. He dropped last Friday. Where you at? What are we doing? Love how they try to spin the narrative. Trying to spin the narrative. Yeah, if you want to come after me, he already came after you. He already shot at you. The shots have been fired clearly, concisely. It's a lot going on right now. So where y'all at? Y'all not ready?
Rap beef is Kendrick Lamar and J. Cole. Cole, not Kendrick Lamar and Drake. Even though they've always been viewed as peers, Cole and Kendrick have been taking jabs at each other going back and forth for years now. But let's jump right into the top of 2022 with Johnny P's Caddy, where many people initially believed J. Cole was dissing Benny the Butcher on his own song. However, Benny quickly denied those claims and suggested those shots may have actually been for someone else.
So the guys who everybody compare him with and put him in the ring with, like, to me, that's who he's talking to. You know what I'm saying?
But what were those shots exactly?
I'm probably gonna go to hell if Jesus asks for a feature.
And which rapper often portrayed himself as Jesus? Cole then goes on to say,
some see the glass is empty, I see a glass full of ether, collecting his bread and mass like he a Catholic preacher.
Which is clearly a callback to Kendrick's music video for Humble, where he's dressed as a Catholic preacher with an empty glass and bread sitting on the table. But Cole doesn't see an empty glass, he sees ether, referencing the famous Jay-Z and Nas beef. Now, a few months later, Kendrick released his album, Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers, and on his song Count Me Out, he had a little response for Cole.
Ain't nobody but the mirror looking for the fall off.
Now, I know this doesn't seem like a huge deal, but I think Cole heard that and decided to provoke the situation even more on Lil Yachty's The Secret Recipe.
Niggas fake, progressive, and woke. I started saying less, I had to stop it, peaked how they profit off of racial stress.
Cole continues to rap.
Studio steppers moving extra on songs fake and rep.
Clearly calling out Kendrick with the use of the word steppers for not living the message he portrays in his music. And then we get First Person Shooter, where Cole and Drake attempt to alienate Kendrick from the top of the rap game. He first makes a callback to Kendrick's Count Me Out, where he mentions the fall off.
I'm naming the album The Fall Off. It's pretty ironic cause it ain't no fall off for me.
And then he once again uses the word steppers.
Everybody steppers, we're fucking at everybody breakfast and I'm about to clear my plate.
Attempting to discredit Kendrick's spot next to himself and Drake. And then on J. Cole and Drake's next collaboration, Evil Ways, Cole takes another jab at Kendrick.
I stay out of beef, see niggas DNA get rearranged.
Which is an obvious reference to Kendrick's song DNA. But Cole still wasn't done there. On his recent leak, Might Delete Later, Cole rapped,
niggas swear they compared with the truth, humble. Nigga, fuck 112, you couldn't do numbers.
Obviously talking about the frequent comparisons between him and Kendrick, references his hit song Humble, and takes jabs at Kendrick for his lowest selling album ever. He then goes on to say,
I'm the one that niggas fear on the low ski. Heard them talking like we peers, but they grossly mistaken.
Which Joe Budden hit right on the head.
Kendrick talking shit to everybody in the world but a nigga named Jermaine.
And after all that, we finally got Kendrick's response.
Fuck the big three, nigga, it's just big meat.
Which led me to believe.
So, sounds stressful, don't it? Sound like a lot of mixing up going on, baby. A whole lot of mixing up going on out here, baby. A whole lot of mixing up. This sound like it's going to be a beautiful summer. All right. I ain't going to get too far into that, man. We all got our Kendrick theories and this theory and that theory. So, you know what I mean? I'm going to let that ride. All right. Let me get my man Dave Chappelle. He had a few things to say about Candice Owens a while back, and I wanted to revisit a conversation I had on my live stream with Jay Hill. Let's go.
Candice Owens, that rotten bitch. She's the worst. I can't think of a worse way to make money. She's the most articulate idiot I've ever seen in my fucking life. She's so articulate, she can tell you how fucking stupid she is precisely. And she told George Floyd's rap record on the internet, oh, he was this, he did that, and he's a drug addict, and he's not a hero, and why does the black community make him a hero? Why do you choose him as a hero? We didn't choose him, you did. They killed him, and that wasn't right. So he's the guy. We're not desperate for heroes in the black community. Any nigga that survives this nightmare is.
So, a lot of you, I mean, everybody here probably didn't see the live stream I did with Jay Hill, where we had a discussion about the interview that Candice Owens did with Joe Budden. And everybody was like, oh, we love what Candace Owens had to say. Candace Owens, yay, she's fire. And, there was one little lady, they got so heated in the comments, she just kept going at me. You know what I'm saying? You don't know what you're talking about. And she's saying the truth and you just hate her and da-da-da-da. And I very clearly stated from the beginning of that conversation to the end of the conversation, I said, I think Candace Owens is a very skilled orator. I think that she's very good at spinning perspective. She's very good at having conversations. She's a legendary talking head for this time period. I like Candace Owens because the difference between me and you and me and y'all is that you guys get emotionally attached to these people and you start making determinations on whether you're going to follow or not follow somebody based off of their political views or the dumb shit that they say out their mouth. I can be a Joe Budden fan and recognize that Joe Budden is a fucking dickhead and not judge him for it. I have a lot of friends that are dickheads, not good people to a certain extent. Some people that are my friends, y'all would be like, yo, that's a disgusting person. I'm like, okay, whatever. Because I don't necessarily, we don't have to match up on every little thing. They can have different points of views and different belief systems from me, and we still be cool. I could be cool with a racist, my nigga. Like, as long as there's no disrespect being hurled on either side, what you believe in your head is what you believe in your head. As long as there's respect between both sides. Candace Owens, I think Candace Owens is dope. But also the point I made is that Candace Owens is very dangerous. It's because she is very intentional about how she's approaching things. She knows that she's going in front of a black audience. So she knows how black people think and how we choose our belief systems, how we choose to support people. Candace Owens knows that, I've just spent the last 5-6 years getting the white audience to love me. I'm good with them. They know I'm rocking with them regardless. But she also knew that as long as I clean a couple things up, I make sure I keep my ideologies just below the surface, I can use black media to get me in with black people because I'm already black. So I'm already kind of in. Even though there's been so many platforms that have said Candace Owens is not good for the black community. Candace Owens has no good intentions for the black community. But as many as our trusted platforms have said Candace Owens is not somebody we should trust. All right, Joe Budden brings her over, which I don't disagree with. If the purpose of you bringing her on is to have a real debate and to challenge her belief systems. But that was not Joe Budden's intention. Joe Budden's intention was to get you motherfuckers riled up and to get you subscribed to his Patreon. That was his point. I watched the entire interview. He did not push back on a lot of things that she said that were troublesome and problematic. Let's go into the history of things that Candace Owens has said and done that have been problematic. I don't even have names for these clips. I just got a bunch of them. Let's let it ride. Candace Owens, let's go. Tell us how you feel about this topic, whatever it is.
I want to come out and say that I do not support George Floyd and the media depiction of him as a martyr for Black America.
Sorry, before I go or allow you to go any further, when did we decide he was going to be a black hero or a martyr for us? When did that become a thing? Candace, I think you've gotten now us mourning his untimely demise, us being infuriated by the way he was taken from this earth, inappropriate and enraging. He is not a hero for us. And notice how she's changed the narrative about him to make her seem right and making her point seem right for us to go against us and ignoring the real issue that's on the table. Let her continue with her bullshit.
I'm going to explain why, and I hope that some of you guys will understand where I'm coming from. I have spent a considerable amount of time reading a lot of Black authors that I think are some of the most brilliant Black.
I've spent a considerable amount of time reading books from Black authors, the ones I think. So you don't take the time to read things that maybe the community thinks are important, or maybe going to some of your Black elders. There are so many Black elders that have had to be a part of the fight to getting Black people to the place that we're in now. But instead of you going to them and asking them for literature for you to read, you've personally chosen some stuff from what you think is important. Let's continue.
Americans Breathing, Walter Williams, Shelby Steele, Thomas Sowell, and I recently came across something that was an idea that was planted into my head by Shelby Steele, and it has been something that I cannot forget. It is something that will stick with me for the rest of my life, and it is something that I hope for the Black Americans that are watching will stick with you for the rest of your life. Shelby Steele said that the Black community is unique from other communities. Our culture is unique from other communities because we are the only community that caters to the bottom denominator of our society. Now,
we cater to the bottom denominator of our society. So we're the only community that doesn't ignore its downtrodden. Or we may not, hey, there's a bunch of different ways we can take this. And either way, she's upset because she feels like we shouldn't cater to the bottom denominator of our society. Obviously, she feels like we should ignore the bottom denominator of our society, which would include me because I am a part of the bottom denominator of the society. Should I be offended? No, don't know. What do you guys think? I mean, apparently, you know, there's people that are supporting her. Hey, man, she's the shit, right? Y'all love her.
Redheads get something, right? You know, they're the true minority that nobody talks about. Ariel, who had beautiful, long red hair, and it was actually one of my favorite movies. I was a big Disney child, Disney baby. Of course, nothing can be left as it is, and they are now producing a mermaid movie in which Ariel is Black. Now, are there Black people with red hair? Sure, yes. It's not common for Black people to have red hair. It is, in fact, a Nordic trait, if you will, Irish, really, if you want to talk about specificities. But they're going to make her Black because everything must be Black.
At what point did, excuse me, Miss Owens, how did Black people get any say-so in what would be Black and what didn't? How did we get any say-so in this? Because we don't. If Ariel had been white, guess what? We still would have taken our children to the movies. We wouldn't have said shit. There would never have been a public outcry of, damn, you know, make Areola Black. Make Areola Black. The mermaid should be Black. Same way we don't pick it when Luke Skywalker is Black. You know what I mean? He's not white. Like, we appreciate when we are considered. Are you listening? We're not beefing if it's not, but we appreciate when we're considered. You're upset because something that Black people have zero control over is giving us consideration. You're upset because Hollywood says, finally, hey, man, let's just include some more. We've had some success with films and inclusion, of more Black characters. Let us give them more of what seems like they like. So, Candice, you're mad at that. And you're going, oh, man, this is a Nordic trait. What the hell does this have to do with a cartoon movie? What? That is so ridiculous. And why did that need to be the hill you had to die on? That's crazy. You know what I mean? All right, let's move on. Because Candace Owens is so great. Y'all said, hey, y'all cursed me out in the comments in J Hill's Live about how Candace Owens is the shit. I'm just playing the clips, baby.
Actively helping our boyfriends move drugs which is what Breonna Taylor was actually doing, okay? Trailing.
Real quick, before y'all even get that in your brains that that's true, that has been categorically denied. It has been proven that it is not true. So she's peddling a lie at this point. Let's continue.
Her that her name was on the warrant when they showed up at her place. It was not the wrong address.
Her name was not on the warrant when they ran up on the house. That has been clarified too.
Everything the media told you was a lie. The police officers had every right to be at her property. They had been monitoring that property for weeks. They had a poll camera watching every single thing that group of people did because they were involved in that.
None of this matters. Even if everything she said on here is true, that does not give you the right to bust up into somebody's house and kill them in cold blood when there were no weapons on the premise. See how changing the narrative and focusing on something different can give off a different impression of what the story is really about? When I say that this person is a very skilled orator, that means that they're great at having conversation and controlling the narrative. You're watching this video trying to figure out whether or not what I'm saying is true or what she's saying is true. But what you're not paying attention to is the fact that she's trying to defend cops who murdered 2 people in cold blood in a house that had no guns in it. Also, let us talk about historical context. When police have traditionally raided homes of people of other races, they have gone above and beyond the call of duty to keep those people from being killed. It was not their first instinct to kill the suspects, because guess what? It is not their job to be judge, jury, and executioner. You can't kill somebody in this country until they've been proven guilty, or unless they have attacked the people that are trying to apprehend the police officers. Why are we having a conversation about the justification of the warrant, or whether or not, whether or not she was a drug dealer involved, or whatever? Why is this conversation happening?
Meth, crack cocaine. They were moving drugs.
Why
and
is
Jamarcus
this?
Glover was the person who was at the center of it. Okay, that's the truth. You were told that the police officer shot her while she was asleep. No, she was standing in a hallway. Right? You were told.
Does that make it okay? Does that make it okay?
That nothing to do with anything, and it was all an accident. It was not an accident, okay? She was knee deep in drugs. Most important part about this.
She was knee deep in drugs. So how many of y'all smoke weed? That's technically still a drug, and it's technically still illegal on a federal level. Put yourself in the shoes of the person she's talking about. If you were 2 pounds deep in drugs, knee deep in drugs, do you feel like the police have a right to come and busting? Hey, let's say if you had 20 pounds, you had all over the floor, you had just won it in a weed lottery and they delivered it to your house, and now you got 20, 50 pounds of drugs in your house. Happiest day of your life turns into the biggest nightmare because the federales come busting in the door and kill you in cold blood. Because your ex-boyfriend had a warrant because he used to hustle around you, and now you were a suspect and he's a suspect, and that's why your name's on the warrant. We haven't proven whether or not anything. We haven't proven anything. So the guys come busting in the house and they kill you because you're knee deep in drugs. Not because you were actively shooting at them, not because you stabbed one of them in the shoulder with a knife, or because you were, one of the Wakanda chicks that had the, you were just like some martial arts master. No, just because you were existing in a world where women date men that do illegal things. And there were drugs around. How common is that for a lot of us people? Oh, excuse me, the downtrodden minorities that she doesn't like.
Case, which no one is talking about, is that they fired first. They shot a police officer, and I should.
With what guns? With what guns? Come on, y'all love Candice Owens, baby.
Voice The actually worst thing to be in this society, if one thing I would not want to be, is a straight white male. For some reason, that's considered problematic, right? You have to be something. It's like people lie. They're lying on college applications.
Who's lying on college applications about, I mean, who? Let me tell you something. I'm 45 years old. Well, 44. I turn 45 Sunday. If I could lie on my application and get away with it, I would most definitely be white. If I could change my name to make my life easier to get jobs, because guaranteed, I'm telling you for a fact that, you know, my name is a black name. And the moment niggas see that, I'm less likely to get a phone call. You want to know why? Because I've literally submitted hundreds of applications over the last 3 to 5 years and not gotten one call back. If I could be Paul Smith or John Stewart or whatever and be white so I can get some work, so I could at least be respected. If I could get pulled over and not feel like I'm going to get killed, man, that's crazy. But no, let's go back to Candice's point, because she was making a point. Good point. Don't know. Just a point.
Okay, I'm white, but I'm also trans. And you're like, what? Why are you pretending? Because, oh, I don't want people to think I'm too normal, right? And people, you know, they're just trying to find something that makes them not white, right? And it's really staggering to think that once upon a time, that is exactly.
Does she not know that the majority of the trans people on this planet Earth are white? Does she not know that? How does she not know that?
Exactly what the experience was for a black American, that being a black American was so problematic that you weren't going to be allowed into the room. Now you have the exact same thing happening reverse, and you have liberals trying to convince you that that's equality. It's not. All.
Please explain to me, in what rooms are white men, white, straight, heterosexual men, what rooms are they not accepting in? Miss Owens, please tell me that. Hey man, I got a black-owned business. Let me tell you a real story. I have a black-owned business. I own 100% of it. My white friend is a good friend of mine that helped me throughout the years get my business. He came in town one day. I had a studio on Charles Street in Baltimore, Maryland, and it was in full swing. 30 people working in there on a regular basis, always packed. My homeboy comes in from out of town to visit me. He's white, 100% white, Nordic white to be exact. Funny enough. And he comes into the studio. What do you think the first thing that they said out of their mouth, Candice? They said, "Are you the owner?" I knew this couldn't have been owned by somebody. Said this, and I'm standing there next to my friend. Oh, I know you the owner, because couldn't no black person own this. While I'm standing there with the money that I spent out of my pocket to rent that space and to get that studio equipment in there. Me and my business partner, who was a black woman, we both sacrificed to put that space together and to create, you know, the websites, the app, all of that. I did that on my own without my white friend. He might have given me some pointers and some information, but no, it was me. But because he was white, the assumption that all of those black people that kept coming in that office that day was, you're the real owner. Oh yeah, oh you his homeboy? Oh, you must be the owner of the radio station. No. So Candice, what are you talking about? Bro, it was a room that my homeboy didn't own. And he was immediately accepted and assumed that he was the boss of. And everywhere we went to, when I went around black people, the assumption was he was the boss of something. Or that he must have been the guy that taught me everything I knew. Everything you saying, Candice Owens, couldn't be farther from the truth. White heterosexual men have a place anywhere on this planet, even in the most pro-black spaces. So what are we talking about? Can we get this out of our heads? This is so juvenile. And this is the point I'm trying to make. And when y'all are so busy trying to fall in love with these, and they are political pundits, whether or not you know it or not, these people have so much effect on how things happen. But you guys have to read deeper than the surface level. She says a lot of cool stuff on the surface. But if you don't understand that there is a whole underlying situation going on that she doesn't even understand, because she's so brainwashed into feeling like she has this white superiority complex. She thinks that white people are superior. So now she's on this kind of like mission to get everybody on the same page. Oh, white men, why does she need to be the spokesperson for white people? Why do you need to be the spokesperson for white heterosexual men? Can't they speak for them? If they are strong and as worthy that you feel like they should be, why don't you concede your time to allow a white man to speak so that he could defend himself? But let's be real, he doesn't need to defend himself. He can just show the fuck up, kill people, and take what he wants. Because guess what? It's been shown and proven 1,000,000 times over in history and in this time period. When a white man, heterosexual or gay or whatever, wants something, they just walk in the room and destroy the people that need to be destroyed so they can take it over. One last clip and I'm out of here.
Isn't the only comment I've received like this recently. Motherfucker saying I wonder how much he got paid. Motherfucker saying he taking some of that Israel money and I don't trust him either. Motherfucker saying them yarmulke boys got to you too. And I want y'all to know something, and I don't say this lightly. If you buy into the rhetoric of a known liar and conspiracy theorist just because they said one thing that you agree with, while painting anyone else who disagrees with them as someone who must be funded by a political lobby, you're a fucking cluck. Some background on this is I posted a video recently about Candice Owens getting fired from the Daily Wire. I criticized her for her open anti-Semitism. And now let me get some things straight that some of you seem to have misunderstood. 1, I know that anti-Zionism is not the same as anti-Semitism. 2, I'm a fucking sophomore in college who's been doing this since 2020 before this.
Whoa, JJ. Hey, man, let me help you out for a second there, big dog. And I'm going to let you take back over. I don't know what anti-Zionism is, and I barely understand what anti-Semitism is. I don't. It's a little it's like Jew hate. I mean, Jewish people hatred. I think that might be what it is. I know that's what anti-Semitism is, but I don't even know what Zionism is. So you're smarter than me. Let's establish that out the gate. And I'm gonna let you finish because he's very good at articulating stuff in a short time period because he talks really fast. And I love that about him because, you know, I just love fast talkers. Let's go.
Conflict started. I've also been on Candice's ass for most of this time. I am not taking, nor have I ever taken, nor will I ever take money from AIPAC to tell you what I believe. 3, I am opposed to Zionism. I am not anti-Semitic. 4, it is possible, hear me out, to have somebody who is both anti-Zionist and anti-Semitic at the same time. And 5, I am of the opinion that what is happening in Gaza is a genocide, and I condemn the Israeli government for how they've responded to October 7th and using that as a justification for the mass murder of innocent civilians and children in the Gaza Strip. With that out of the way, Walter Masterson pointed this out for me. It could be the case that the Daily Wire decided to finally fire Candice Owens because of the criticisms of Israel. She's been on record saying anti-Semitic shit before she got hired there, so it would make sense that this is where they're like, okay, draw the line because of our political aims. And again, that is a criticism of Ben Shapiro, the Daily Wire in particular. That does not change the fact that what she has been saying has been overtly anti-Semitic. It is also the case that people like Mehdi Hassan have been blacklisted or demoted at their job or outright fired for criticisms of Israel. It is also the case that the vast majority of our senators and representatives take money from AIPAC in order to continue supporting pro-Israel policies, which doesn't need to be a secret ring of Jewish people. PACs are literally lobbying groups that push political messaging. That is their whole job. You can find a PAC for damn near any issue in American politics. It is also the case, at least in my opinion, that AIPAC has way too much influence on American politics. This again does not change the fact that the shit she has been saying is overtly anti-Semitic. In the midst of her criticizing Israel and saying what is happening is a genocide, she has also suggested that there's a sinister Jewish gang in Hollywood that's pushing different deviant aspects of culture, accused a fringe minority of Jews of being evil Marxists and gaining political power, again helped to peddle the theory that Jews kill Christians and drink their blood, some shit that's been peddled for centuries with no evidence, by liking the response to a tweet that was mentioning her because a rabbi was receiving death threats and threats of violence because he's Jewish and Candice's fans were coming after him after hearing the anti-Semitic shit she's been saying. Clicked up with and defended Kanye West, who talked about going DEFCON 3 on Jewish people, as well as going on other known conspiracy theorist Alex Jones' show and talking about how he really loves that person. Not to mention back in like 2018 when she was asked about nationalism and seemed confused as to why people conflate nationalism with Hitler, because Hitler wasn't a nationalist. He was just insane, and his goals were fine if they were just in Germany. The problem was that he wanted to globalize. And in that same panel saying that she herself is a nationalist and that's what she wants to happen, which is weird considering that she apparently is anti-Zionist, but somehow a nationalist at the same time. On top of the obvious weird missing context that what he was doing within Germany was also killing Jewish people and prosecuting minorities. When you take all of that in tandem, then you have this creator saying how, oh, they knew all along that the media is going to blacklist her, and then have her speaking about how, oh, everyone knows that you have to support Israel, without adding in the added context that she is legitimately anti-Semitic regardless of what your opinions are on Israel's influence in American media. You lead people to a conclusion to agree with and peddle the rhetoric that she spreads, despite the fact that it is anti-Jewish people, not just the ideology of having a Jewish state and what that Jewish state is doing to innocent civilians. Like I said, two things can be true at the same time. She can genuinely think that what's happening in Gaza is a genocide and also have shitty reasons for believing that are based in hatred of Jewish people. There are Jewish people who are pro-Zionism, there are Jewish people who are anti-Zionism, there are Jewish people who love Netanyahu, there are Jewish people protesting in the streets against Netanyahu's regime. And never once in the video did I mention that anything that Israel's doing is not happening or it's okay. There are multiple occasions in videos that I've published recently where I mentioned the genocide happening in Gaza. So just because the political climate right now is to condemn Israel and their government for what they're doing does not mean we can just allow anti-Semitism to pass. And it for damn sure does not mean that we just listen to a lying conspiracy theorist because she happened to get fired, especially when that same person has a track record of lying and spreading conspiracies about the black community, about BLM, about vaccines, about trans people, about literally any fucking thing she sees as deviant or weird. So let us not miss the broader context, because one thing I will always do is bring y'all the broader context. And if you don't trust me for that, then you have some fucking thinking to do. Good day.
Shout out to my dog, JJ Williams. Hopefully I'll be able to sit down with him and have a conversation one day. He's definitely one of them dudes. I just want to flash some stuff on the screen. Yeah. Yeah. So all of you, I mean, everything he's saying, y'all say Kanye's anti-Semitic, and that's Kanye in the picture, and they're both wearing White Lives Matters t-shirts. And let's see, conservative, alt-right white people don't like Jewish people and black people. They're wearing the alt-right t-shirt. Okay. Yo, shout out to my homie, Only One Theory. She just dropped her new single, La Jefecita, or La Jefecita. I think that's female boss or boss girl or boss babe or whatever. So shout out to her, man. Super important. And then my guy, you know what I mean? Mr. All or Nothing. We are doing the last Industry Monday in April the 15th. We going to be down at the Empire Lounge, 1333 West Baltimore Street. It'll be $20 at the door. You know what I'm saying? You can network, you can perform, you can catch a vibe, man. There'll be food, there'll be alcohol, vibes by DJ Jesse Jess. And then we got a special birthday celebration for our queen. You know what I'm saying? The beautiful, She's Self-Made, at She's Self-Made, aka Nay. So y'all can come through, show some love, and party with us. That's all I have to say for today, man. We hope y'all have a beautiful weekend. I am about to begin my birthday festivities and enjoy myself. I just wanted to come on, have a little live stream, kick it, have some fun, and turn up with y'all a little bit. I hope y'all enjoyed it. Please drop a comment. Tell us how you feel about everything. If you liked it, if you disliked it. Also, don't forget to sign up on our Patreon, patreon.com/VVC Life. Do me this favor for my birthday, for my 45th birthday. Join the Patreon, man. Join the joint. Yo, go to the $20 tier. Just throw that $20 tier in. And look, if 30 days, if you don't enjoy all of the content, or just give me the $5 tier. I'd appreciate that. Just sign up. You know what I mean? If I can get 2-3 people to sign up today, that'll be love, man. Just sign. I really just want you to sign because I want y'all to enjoy the content. We have literally hundreds of exclusive videos behind the paywall. I have still 5 Aries Lounge interview episodes that are not on public right now that you can enjoy. So please sign up, show some love. Thank you, sir. I appreciate you. My dude, Ill Will, signed up. Hey, Will, Sign up on that Patreon, bro. It's $5. Hold on. Let me put this here. I just want you to click the link. Do that for me for my birthday, brother, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, we got, gotta support the family, bam. Let's see. Patreon.com/VVC Life. Bam. You know what I mean? Get all that exclusive content. Yo, we got exclusive Aries lounges that haven't been released. We also have exclusive Blackwatch theaters, all of them actually. It's about 10 Blackwatch theaters that are available right now. We got a whole series called The After Show. There's about 15 to 20 episodes of that's available for free. We got classes. If you want to sign up for the how to start your podcast or how to build your platform class, you can do that. That's available for a different tier. But like, yo, literally plus on top of that, every meeting that we have meetings once a month talking about VVC Life business, where we're planning on going, what we got going on. I have a very 100% transparent business. The only thing I ask is, like, I don't put our meetings public. But if you are a Patreon member, all the Patreon members get access to our monthly meetings so that you can know exactly what we have going on and you can voice your opinions. So if you want us to do more of one type of content, shoot, maybe you might be a Remy fan and you want to see more Remy. Guess what, the way you do it? When we have the meetings, jump in the comments and you tell us what you want. If you want to see more JS1, you jump in the comments, you tell us what you want. If you want more reviews or whatever, like, bro, I listen to the audience, especially the ones that invest. If you join up that Patreon and you telling me I'm staying here because I want more of this, guess what? I'm going to give you more of it. So what I need y'all to do is sign up on that Patreon. Show me some birthday love. You know what I mean? And lock in with us right now. So we'll check you next time. We love y'all. We'll be back later on. Peace.